Hello and welcome to your 10 at 10. Today's September 19th, 2023. Today we're going to talk about value propositions. I got to tell you, last week I was at a Next Home broker owner conference and things are changing. Our industry is about to change in 4 or 5 weeks. There's no doubt about it. Some of the large brokerages have already started settling with Uncle Sam. And NAR is right behind them. They need to be they will be out in front of this and protecting our interests. One of the ways in which things are going to change is buyer's agency, right? Buyer's agency and seller's agency. I think they're not necessarily. I think the biggest change is going to be how we're compensated as agents, right? And it's going to get, I'm not going to say more challenging, but I think we need to be more deliberate about how we explain what we do for our clients. Now, a lot of times, like I've done this for 18 years, and over those 18 years, I've spent a lot of time just like not telling our clients what I'm doing for them. When something comes up or when I've just got a whole laundry list of things to do, I don't necessarily mention it. I just act like it's my job and I just go to work and I don't complain about it. I don't necessarily share like everything that I do. And I think that's what most of us as agents do. And in a lot of cases, people think what we do is easy, and it couldn't be further from the truth sometimes. I think one of the things that we need to focus on as agents is something that I've preached from day one, right? And I'm not talking about the day one training class. I'm talking about day one, since you met me, we need to talk about our value proposition. And you need to be able to figure out what your value proposition is. You need to be able to explain it and put it into words very, very crisply, cleanly, and efficiently. And people need to understand that there's a reason to use you as their agent as opposed to anybody else. That's what your value proposition is, right? Mine is pretty simple, right? I have 18 years of experience. You guys don't necessarily have that, but I always bring it up because over the course of a transaction, something unexpected usually comes up. And, my 18 years of experience, I know what to do and how to do it. And I also know that it's something unexpected is going to happen. And when it does, I'll be there to help them through it. And it's most likely a situation that I've seen before. Now, for you newer agents, right, that can be a little bit different. You kind of have to twist that. You may not have the experience to rely on, but you have me that you can lean on, and you can bring that up, right? You can use that as an advantage. In addition to that, you need to identify exactly what it is about you that makes you special. Why should people use you as a buyer's agent, as a listing agent, right? And it could be, something about your personality. It could be your background. It could be your experience. It could be, the people in your circle. It could be the fact that you're always smiling. It could be the fact that you are just so darn sweet. When something goes wrong, I'll be there to hold your hand. And that may sound silly, but that's what some people need, right? I know I've had clients like that. They don't necessarily want to hold my hand, but they definitely want to know that they can trust me, lean on me, rely on me, sometimes vent to me. But I'm always there to listen. I care. Sometimes your value proposition is that you're a compassionate person and you care about them as people. Sometimes it's your honesty, your loyalty. But the bottom line is, they believe that every realtor is the same. And all of us know that's not true. And we can't rely on them to figure out what the differences are. We absolutely have to tell them what are the top 3 reasons that they should use you as a realtor, as a buyer's agent, specifically these days, because buyer's agency is going to change. There's no doubt about that. our process isn't going to change because we've already been explaining buyer's agency, but people's perception of buyer's agency and what they're going to be able to pay us is definitely 100% going to change. So I would encourage you as agents to do some soul searching, take a half hour today, figure out exactly what you bring to the table for somebody and why they should use you. And I would make a list and I would try to figure out which of my attributes, which things do I have going for me are things that people do care about or should care about. And I would match those up and I would come up with your elevator speech, right? Your value proposition as an elevator speech in order to, gain their trust, get them to understand what you bring to the table, what you're going to do for them, and what you're going to earn. Because when this whole thing changes and buyers have to pay a buyer's agent, right? We have to prove value. They think they can just go on Zillow and figure it out themselves. And I'll tell you what, if that happens, we all know that there's hundreds of things that we do on our buyers' behalf. And we have not done a very good job as an industry of explaining those. And that's something that I think we need to do a better job of. And that's me too. So anyhow, I hope you have a great day. Do your best to make today awesome.